Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Core2Health very first Pilates Sunrise workout. So to start this beautiful morning, let's lay down on your mat. Find a nice neutral position of your spine. You want a gap about the size of a ripe grape here under your lower back. You want your shoulders rolled back and down. Nice gap here under your neck. Let's take a few deep cleansing breaths. We'll do some thoracic breathing to get started. Put your hands on your rib cage. Inhale into your rib cage to where your fingers are coming apart. And then as you exhale, your fingers should come back together and like a zipper from your pubic bone to your belly button, engage those deep abdominal muscles, your deep core muscles. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, engage those core muscles. Try and hold that contraction of those deep core muscles on your next few breaths. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze tighter for those core muscles on that exhale. One more breath. Place your arms down by your side. Inhale to begin, and let's do soldier arms. One arm back, and then the other. Focus on connecting your breath and your movement. Try and keep your shoulders away from your ears. Don't let them hunch up. Now let's turn that into some windmill arms. So we're going to go around to the side and then down. Inhale on one, exhale on the other. Now let's switch directions. Inhale. Focus on those deep core muscles. Try and maintain about a 30% contraction in between your breaths. And then on that exhale, squeeze even tighter. From your pubic bone all the way up to your belly button. Now on this one, bring both hands back to your side. Now we're going to lift arms up in the air, and you're just going to stretch your fingers up and then roll your fingers back. Up and back. Try to maintain your neutral position of your spine. Don't smash that grape that's under your lower back. Last one, and arms down. Let's bring your legs up and do a couple pelvic tilts. So you're going to inhale to prepare, and then you're going to break neutral position and just roll those hips up slightly. Inhale. As you exhale, engage those core muscles and just roll the hips up and down. As you're doing this, try to keep your knees about hip width apart. Let's do one more. Now, one leg at a time on an exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, bring the next leg up, maintaining that neutral position. Don't smash that little grape by rolling your hips up. Don't arch and flare your ribs. Nice neutral position, core muscles engaged. Now roll your shoulders up. And we're going to do the 100. So you can keep your legs here. 5 inhales, or 5 pumps with your arms on an inhale. 5 pumps with your arms on an exhale. If this is easy for you and you're a well-practiced Pilates person, you can stretch your legs out here and still maintain that core contraction, firing up those abdominal muscles. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale. Couple more. And then on this exhale, come down, roll back down. Now we're going to do a roll up. Inhale to prepare and roll all the way up. You can use your hands if you'd like. Shiloh is going to join us for a little bit of this exercise. Stretch over for a nice spine stretch. Inhale on the way up. Go on, big dog. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stretch over, nice spine stretch. Inhale, exhale one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down. If it's too hard for you to come all the way up like that, you can bend your knees and use your hands to pull yourself up. Once you're up, nice inhale, like you're rolling over a big ball. Stretch that spine over to your toes and back up. Now let's bring your hands into a prayer position and do a nice spine twist. Inhale and a nice spine twist, one direction and then the other. Try not to let your feet rock back and forth as you're doing your spine twist. You want to keep your hips nice and level, nice and straight. You can tell if your hips are moving if your feet are going back and forth here. As long as your feet stay together, then you're keeping your hips nice and straight. Each twist, pretend like there's a string lifting you taller and taller. One more. And back to neutral. Now we're going to lay down on our side. Put your arm underneath your head or however it's comfortable. You still want to maintain that neutral position. So you want a gap here between your waist. So engage those oblique muscles. Now you're going to point your toes and stretch them as far as you can to where your feet come up off the ground. If you can't balance here, place your hand in front of your chest and you're just going to do some small scissors back and forth, keeping your neck straight. Stretch those legs as far as you can. Then you're going to inhale and turn it into a side leg passe. Flex your foot at the top, nice and slow all the way back down. Bring that pointed toe up to your knee, stretch it up to the sky, flex your foot all the way back down. Make sure you're maintaining that position here. Don't let those oblique muscles fall. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, engaging those deep abdominals from your pubic bone all the way up to your belly button. Let's do two more. And last one. All right, nice job. Now we're going to sit up here onto our knee. Come over to one side. Try and keep this leg hip over your knee as straight as possible. If you need a block or a cushion or something to balance on to make this more comfortable and to keep your spine nice and straight, go ahead and use that. Leg out to the side, and you're just going to bring it up, point your toe on the way forward, flex it on the way back. Doesn't have to be a huge movement, and we don't want you to sit back into it like this. Stay nice and straight. Forward, pointed toe, flex that foot for a calf stretch, and stretch it back. Try not to arch your back when you're coming back. We don't want to push hips forward. We want the whole core to stay nice and level, nice and straight. One more. And come back down. Now we're going to lay down on our stomachs. Arms up in the air. Feet stretched back. Like you have a peach right under your chin that you don't want to smash. And you're going to stretch those toes again so far that they come up off the ground. Pretend like the mat is very hot. You don't want your belly button touching the mat. So engage those core muscles. Draw your navel to your spine. Lift your arms up and do little splashes just like you're swimming. So little splashes with your arms, little splashes with your feet. Inhale for 3 or 4. Exhale for 3 or 4. Keep that belly button off the mat, navel to spine. Let's do about 4 more breaths. Two more. Last one. And relax. Now let's do the other side. Roll over, arm underneath your head, hand here for balance. Stretch those toes as far away as you can. And scissors here. Keep that oblique, your side off the mat. Engage those core muscles. Navel to spine. Little tiny movement with your legs. Keep your neck nice and straight. Still maintain that thoracic breathing. Connect your breath to your movement. Maybe inhale for forwards and backwards. Exhale for feet forward and back. And turn it into a passe. Drag that toe up to your knee, toe up to the sky. Flex that foot nice and slow all the way back down. Point your foot up to your knee, foot up to the sky, flex, nice and slow, all the way back down. Inhale as you're dragging your foot up to your knee. Exhale up to the sky. Inhale all the way back down. You can do your breath any way you like. The best way to do it is to do your exhale as you're doing the harder part of the exercise, and to really focus on the exhale being that cue to engage those deep pelvic muscles from your pubic bone all the way up to your belly button. Let's do one more. And back down. Sit up on your knee. Keep this hip right over your knee as straight as possible. Stretch that other leg out. Neck nice and straight. Hand on a block or a blanket if you need to. Stretch that foot forwards and flex back. Try and keep that spine nice and straight. Don't hinge your hips and stick your bottom out. Squeeze your glutes. Try and keep this leg as straight as possible here, so it's not tilted in like this or tilted out like that. You want it straight as possible as you're coming forwards and back. Keep the movement nice and slow. Inhale one direction, exhale the other direction. And come back down. Now we're going to come back onto our back. You're going to lift your leg up in the air, and we're going to do 5 circles in each direction. Try not to let your hips rock back and forth. You want to keep them nice and straight. Maintain that neutral spine so you still have the little gap right here. And back down. Other leg. 5 in one direction. Hips nice and flat. 5 in the other direction. And back down. You're going to put your hands behind your head, one knee up, and crisscross. Elbow to knee. Inhale 1, exhale the other. Last one. And back down. Come over onto our knees. And we're going to finish up with some push-ups. You can do push-ups here on your knees. You can do a full push-up here, however you like. Let's try to do between 5 and 10. So if you're here, you want to keep those heels up, wrists over, or shoulders over your wrists, and down, back up. You can do a few like this, and then you can push up into a full push-up position, wherever you are, however comfortable you are. Let's do 3 more. And come back down. Stretch back into child's pose. Take a couple breaths here. Stay there as long as you like. Thank you for getting up early with me this morning and enjoying the beautiful sunrise, the crisp morning air, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.